outset, I'd like to thank my independent colleagues for bringing this to the attention of the floor of the Dáil and giving us the opportunity to speak on it. But at the outset, in the discussion on CAP reform, I'd like to discuss convergence. And I think, in principle, convergence is a great idea, but I don't believe it should be used in agriculture. I think where it should be tested, and I'd urge the Minister to bring in a pilot scheme and start with the civil service, maybe the Department of Agriculture. So for those who might know how convergence works, I'll just give you a little explanation. Applying convergence in the civil service would mean that the upper civil servant staff, such as the SecGen level, would take a sizable reduction in their salary and redistribute it down to the lower echelons of the staff, the clerical officers and maybe the cleaners, and they would redistribute what they reduce down to that level, and they do it on an annual basis. So when it's piloted in the civil service and they accept it, then maybe it's time that we try it in agriculture, because there is no other sector in this country that would be asked to come from the top to the bottom and expect it to be accepted. Our teachers wouldn't accept it, our nurses, our medical staff wouldn't accept it, but yet our very own Department of Agriculture thinks that the farmers of Ireland, using to the best of their ability our natural resources, should accept convergence. Take it from the good producing farmer and give it to where it can never be of any benefit. Not do an extra ounce of work within the civil service, but the SecGen doesn't deserve to be paid for the hours he works and the productivity he produces. Just give it to the cleaner, but don't ask the cleaner to do anything extra. That's the model that the government and the EU expect Irish farmers to accept. I cannot believe that it would still be on the table for discussion. And if there's anybody in the country who thinks that farmers are getting money hand over fist, this is the department that is stopping them from doing their job like they did 50 years ago. Everything they put in the land is questionable. Minister, you talked about derogations. In opposition, you lobbied for a derogation for Daiquat, for the potato farmers of the country. And now you tell us, as the Minister for Agriculture, that derogation is only for a year. A year. And yet we're here discussing a derogation tonight as if it would go on forever. Derogations are meaningless. It's an entrapment of sorts to get people to agree to things until the department decides to change it aligned with the EU. And that's why I have no faith in anything that becomes derogated. It either is or it isn't. And I can assure you, if the pilot scheme of convergence goes ahead in the Department of Agriculture, it will be the end in the agricultural sector. And I think that's where we should start, and I think that's where it will end. Thank you, Count Corla. I would just like to finish with, I think the EU and the department should wake up, because the farmers in the country are not asleep. Thank you.